When everything that you care about for the future of this country was on the line, what did you do?
Everything is on the line. I'm Barbara Radnofsky. I'm the author of A Citizen's Guide to Impeachment, which is a nonpartisan guide containing the constitutional analysis of impeachment for everyday citizens. With the resignation of Justice Kennedy, more than just the future of the Supreme Court is on the line. Right now, we have an existential threat to the country. The executive branch of the government is in chaos and abusing its power. And the judiciary has lost a moderate in many ways and a conservative in most ways. The legacy of Justice Kennedy, I think, is best exemplified by his sad but clear plea in the travel ban case. It's the saddest thing you'll ever see. It is a justice of the Supreme Court finally admitting that he has no power despite the misconduct of a president of the United States. He makes it very clear that the president may well be violating the Constitution, that his misconduct, that is the misconduct of the president that is detailed in the case, still doesn't mean the judiciary has any power to control him. The power must lie elsewhere. And I'd like to read to you from the decision because it's so dramatic. Here's what Justice Kennedy has to say. This is his legacy to us. There are numerous instances in which the statements and actions of government officials, I'm sure he's talking about the president, are not subject to judicial scrutiny or intervention. That does not mean those officials are free to disregard the Constitution and the rights it proclaims and protects. The oath that all officials take to adhere to the Constitution is not confined to those spheres in which the judiciary can correct or even comment on what those officials say or do. Indeed, the very fact that an official may have broad discretion free from judicial scrutiny, makes it all the more imperative for him or her to adhere to the Constitution and to its meaning and its promise. This is a justice of the Supreme Court as his sad last statement, telling us he's got no power to control an out-of-control president. And if the president doesn't control himself, it's clear that another branch of government has to do so. That's the way our government works. Well, we know the president isn't controlling himself. We know the judiciary says they have no power. It's up to the Congress to do something. That's why these legislative races are the most important in the world. This midterm race is the most important race, I think, of my life. So I've been talking to everyone I know and I don't know. You can't stand next to me on an elevator without me talking about the importance of the Senate race. And sometimes people are interested and sometimes they're not. But we have to talk to strangers or nothing will happen. I'm voting for Beto.